HCWB ran up a huge gain of 60.82%. This is Monday, the 25th of August, 2025, post market session. And let's see, the company reported positive study results from its proprietary compound, HCW 9206, sparking strong community interest in its commercialization potential within the biotech space. Yeah, the stock also has a low float, and it has drawn attention from day traders and momentum investors looking for short squeeze opportunities. HCW B has already demonstrated a sharp pre-market. It was up in the pre-market session. So, however, we don't think not much short squeeze happened, because if it did, we would have seen prices higher than this, and the gain way more than this. It may not have really happened as such. Um, I think the gain was around 80 something. The highest was around 80 something percent or thereabout. So if the short squeeze had occurred, it would have been a case where, amongst other things, the stock would have been so hard to borrow. And there will be a phase during the trading session where there will be very few stocks available to sell short. And you may not find that at the same time as well. Retail hands are buying in aggression. They are using market orders. I mean, they don't know that they are causing aggression or anything as such. Majority don't know that. They just place their orders. Let me see whether we have anything like that. This is the post market session. Okay, these are selling, but you can see, just one orders going through one. In a lot of cases, it may be market orders. Market orders. That's, I want to buy at the give you at the going price, at the going price, then give it to me. So if the market keeps accepting that, or if it accepts that lot, if there's more to come, if there are more orders in the pipeline, then it will keep on increasing, to serve those, and then that's how the demand drives the price, and then it thins out, and those who want to passive investors who want to use, who know they who have targets, who have limit orders, they can't come in. So all along, short sellers are, they are, what may also happen, I didn't mention, is that maybe you may find out that probably in a pre-market session, the shares that were available, held by, bought long by, people. It could even be funds as well. Those shares are now, they'll be borrowed by the initial short sellers. They borrow them. Okay, so remember, this stock has a low float. But this it didn't happen in this case. So I'm trying to explain a short squeeze scenario. So it didn't happen in this case. So if it were, I mean, yeah, if a short squeeze had happened, you find out there will be enough shares to, at various phases in the session, there will be a scarcity of shares to borrow, you know to average up, to keep selling, so that you don't get a margin call, or you don't run into losses. So, and then, because there's a scarcity, and then retail hands, it will be mostly um, retail hands who are. It may not just be retail hands. It will just be mostly long positions that are going through. And then, I remember they're going in with aggression, and then the price keeps going up, and then, there's no shares to short. If there's no shares to short, the temperature just rises up. The price keep going up. You'll be looking at 300%, 200%. We saw a stock today, INHD, the same price. It had 300%. The reason why that happened was because the shares were not available to sell. So, but in this case, it didn't happen. It wasn't a problem. It wasn't a problem. I think what may have happened is that there were enough shares. There were enough shares to, apart from not being enough shares, there wasn't there may not have been a massive short selling at the onset. Maybe in the pre-market session, there may not have been. In the case of INHD, it may be there was a huge amount of short selling. The early birds in the pre-market session may have sold a lot of them short, and when they saw it, sold them short, and they piled up, and they were caught, and they were, there was none to there wasn't enough, there wasn't more for them to keep borrowing to dampen the temperature, and then the price escapes. You know, so I don't know if what I said made any sense, but in any case, the extrapolation on this 4-hour chart is indicating that weakness is going to remain in place up till the pre-market session of Wednesday. Okay, projections we have seen some already. Some we saw some on the we've seen high prices. I think on the 4-hour chart, on the daily chart, we'll have a look at it over there. And here the buying pressure is the 10 and 21 period moving averages are in very strong trend modes. However, there are some negative derivatives here indicating that as things stand right now, the stock is not printing anymore. It's not going in for not going to print higher prices. Probably that's why the algos are projecting a drop to occur. On its daily chart, let's see what we have. On the daily chart, yeah, okay, weakness is a distributive contraction is expected to play out, at least going all the way towards the 21st, the 24th of September. Okay, here we can see those projections I talked about. We have here 6.2, but no, not higher, not as high as 7.35. It got rejected at. Okay, here we have 12.12, 12.19 as of the 7th of July. And here's 23.49 as of the 8th of May. So yeah, we may have, I mean, we may have had $8 and some fraction on this one 1 minute chart or something like that. We may or may not have had any, maybe not on this one. Let's look at the 2 minute chart. $6.16. Yeah, no. Let's look at the 3 minutes. I know I saw $8 somewhere. Yeah, 8.19. Yeah, so it's on this 3 minute chart. So, and that was today. Yeah. So, okay. So yeah. So that's what happened. There wasn't. I don't really think there was a short squeeze on HCWB. There may have been enough shares, and it didn't cause any problem. There may have been. They didn't. Short sellers didn't run into any trouble as against what happened to INHD. So have a look and see what you make of HCWB. And thank you very much for watching this video.